Yes, Asiya, Turkey has already been shelling YPG positions in Syria for the last couple of days, and this continued on Friday from within the Turkish border. Now, Turkey has also been seeking Russia's approval to get access to the Syrian airspace. Discussions on that are continuing. Meanwhile, there was a statement made by the Turkish defense minister on this issue. Let's listen.
This operation will be conducted, and all the terror groups will be cleansed from there. The rest is just details, the steps that will be taken depending on the developments in the field. The appropriate time will be determined. It can be any time tomorrow, tonight. The operation has actually de facto started.
Now, although the defense minister is saying that the operation has started, we're still waiting to see when and if the Turkish troops are going to cross the border. So this has not happened yet. We're still waiting for that to happen to officially say that the operation has begun. However, meanwhile, Syrian rebels backed by Turkey have also been deployed at the border as a preparation for this operation, Asiya.
Now, Michal, this really could turn into a big mess. So what are the key players in the region, including the United States, saying about this?
Exactly, Asiya, and we've had a lot of reaction come from the United States. Washington is against this operation, and they've been saying this repeatedly. Let's listen to a recent statement made by the U.S. State Department spokeswoman.
We would call on, certainly on the Turks, to not take any actions of that sort. We want everyone there to keep their eye. I'll go back to something I said when we were talking about Iraq and the referendum, to keep their eye on the ball. And the focus needs to be on ISIS. So we don't want them to engage in violence, but we want them to keep focused on ISIS.
Now, aside from the United States, of course, Russia is a very significant key player in the region. Turkey is seeking Russia's approval to use the airspace, as Russia still controls much of the airspace. So that's going to be critical to see in the upcoming days. However, though Turkish state media on Friday reported that Russian troops pulled back from some of the posts in Afrin, Syria, where the operation is expected to take place, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights has also stated that this has not happened, that the Russian troops have remained in their posts in Afrin. So that's going to be critical to see what they will be doing. So we're waiting to see how Russia will respond, and that will be a significant factor in this operation. It's also important to note that the Syrian government has threatened to shoot down any Turkish warplanes in Syria. So that's going to be critical to see whether or not they will follow through in that threat, Asiya.